Hey, I wanted to do a video of something that has popped into my head. Some recent training I had been implementing that I think is effective. At least it feels like it is. It's balance training. So pretty much what I've been doing is a couple things. I found this like super duper back stretch that like solved all my problems. It's so beautiful. I'm probably 2 inches taller. Well, I'm probably like a quarter inch taller from like 2 months ago. But yeah, that and I've been standing on one of those. We used to call them voodoo boards when I was a kid, but they're not. It's like a rubber ball, half ball with a flat platform. I have them at the gym. Um, and it's obviously for balance training. But I've been standing on it, and I found that like when I'm doing any sort of exercise, I try to do chaotic like arm movements, or I'll lift with one arm, or I'll do squats. But I find if I close my eyes when I do it, it goes from like it's like doubling the weight if you're working out, and so much so that when you open your eyes back up, you're like perfectly steady no matter what you do. And it's really really effective, but it's you adapt pretty quick. So what I've been doing is um, about maybe 15 seconds. It looks very silly when you're doing it, but I get on the ball like from whatever I'm doing. Typically, I'm doing like a stretch on the ground when I'm doing this, just because that's like the area of the gym that has that particular piece of equipment is also like where the stretching is done. Um, so I'll be doing some stretching, and then I'll get up on that and I'll move my arms, or I'll have some light weights, but I'll do it with my eyes closed. Um, Sometimes I have to do it with my eyes open for like 3 seconds just to kind of stabilize myself. But if I can do it with my eyes closed right away, I think it's even more effective because it's significantly more difficult. If you kind of get a rhythm with your eyes open and then close your eyes, it's definitely cheating. It's like a super duper giving yourself an advantage, but it's better than falling on your face. So do what you have to do to not fall on your face. But if you can do it with your eyes closed for like 15 seconds and then catch your balance, but you'll shake if you do squats or whatever with your eyes closed on that thing. And then I found afterwards that when I'm in precarious positions and I find like the weight suddenly shifting, that I'm less nervous and I feel like absolutely solid on my ground. Like it's not even a thing. And it's a good feeling, I'll be honest. It's really, really a good feeling because it's not a concern at all. But I find that the training is really critical. It's absolutely, I think I attribute it to it because I don't know if that would have been the case uh, prior to that kind of practice being implemented. But I definitely feel like, in the trade, we walk on rafters all the time and all that stuff. It's not uncommon. But I just generally feel like more secure about my footing and not losing my balance and stuff. And like I said, I'll do like probably 15 sets of it, but they're only like 20 seconds to a minute. Um, and then once I've kind of acclimated to that weird movement on a uneven surface, I go on and I do a different exercise. So it's just like a transitional thing because I'm not doing heavy weights. It's just like, all right, I'm going to practice my balance. But if you think about it though, that electrical connection is being fired way over time when your eyes are closed, because all those micro muscles are firing back and forth uh, to self-stabilize. You're doing it by feel instead of by vision. um, Nothing on the horizon. It's just your internal gyroscope that's doing it, not nothing external. And that's firing off that particular part of your brainstem, in overdrive, as opposed to anything that's like more tightly connected to the optic nerve and then balanced in that regard. And I think that that's important. I do. I would start if I hadn't already, and I wish, even though it looks silly, it's one of those things. It looks like I'm peacocking at the gym maybe a little bit, but honestly, I don't have that piece of equipment at home, and I don't care if I wave my arms around a little bit. I find it to be effective, and I think it might be one of those exercises that like could really prevent injury, even if it looks a little silly. Yeah, it's just something cool I learned. I thought I'd pass it on. Later.